afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to the exciting 1 vs 1 right here on Holotny Falmouth between Ice9, fighting here for the Soviet Union for the glory of Comrade Stalin, and the 7th Tank Corps, tasked with clearing out the area here under the command of RedxWings, fighting for the Wehrmacht, for the Kampfgruppe Wolf. And we've got Shock Rifle, Shock Army, and Guard Motor here with Infantry Bulletins versus Jaeger Infantry, Storm Doctrine, and Jaeger Infantry. I'm guessing he can use that for something silly. In fact, we've got 3 MG42 bulletins here, so he's probably going to be playing for something with MG42 bulletins, in which case, I mean, these, I suppose, are the doctrines with ambush camouflage, which of course might then play into whatever RedxWings is planning. Either way, RedxWings, never a dull moment with him when it's the Wehrmacht. Always up to some new crazy strategy. And he's got 2 counters there, 1 engineer versus 2 pioneers, and an MG42 that's of course opting to grab a lot of territory initially, maybe a bit of butt while being laid down here and there. You got more counters arriving there for Ice9. We got a bit of butt while they're wiring off the cart. This way, comrades, they will not be able to steal it. They can. Shut up. Bit about why they've got a rush here for the building, just in case RedxWings made a move for that one. In this case, does not look that will quite be happening. Sandbags got being laid down, and we got a second MG42 there running for RedxWings. More barbed wire there, MG42 moving in here towards the centre of the map, leaving this area rather open to any manoeuvres there from Ice9. In fact, he's going here for the core point pretty boldly, pretty brazenly. The pioneers, the way the MG42 crew follows up there, lugging a rather large MG42 there, obviously. Second one arriving there. That went a bit horribly wrong. 3 conscripts, 4 there on the way. RedxWings will probably maybe get another MG42. And there goes basically holding up here around the cut-off, basically showing Ice9 won't get anything out of that. Of course, Iceland is quick and eager to return the favour. Meanwhile, got the MG42 being caught here by conscripts. Might not be able to do anything there. So there we go, cutting off more territory, while of course RedxWings continues to do the same here. We've got a 3rd MG42 on the way, 4th conscript squad arrives there for Ice9. And MG42 sitting up to do with the conscripts. Well, quick to fall back, having cut off the territory, pretty much thusly cut off RedxWings from all territory at all. Right here, though, I think Ice9 makes a slight attack mistake. He's just going for territory, but rather he might want to consider there's an MG42, and of course now RedxWings goes into the building. And there it goes, sitting out MG42. Basically, the country is going to be caught in one hell of a crossfire. And there's not going to be one spot safe for them. There we go. Already it is swiftly cut down, and the rest are not looking too much better either. Suppressed already as MG42s fire in, pinned down in the middle of their area here. Conscript taking heavy damage. Meanwhile, we've got more counter-attack from other sides. We've got mortars up here, though, which allow them to push back the MG42's 3rd one there arrives. We've got a Grenadier squad away as well, so pretty heavy tier 1 all of a sudden there from RedxWings, compared to previously, of course, where he tends to go for very, very light ones, in fact, skipping it and going straight for tier 2. We've got Storm Doctrine chosen his Storm Doctrine, bit of a rarer occurrence as well. But it certainly would offer a bit there with ambush camouflage sort of play into his MG42 play in certain extents. We of course have to further see what he then actually makes of it. We've got pawns, that means we've got pioneers sneaking about here, concentrating about, they're still denying fuel. In fact, he's pretty much denied. RedxWings of course quite a bit of resources there, but of course he's doing his best to take things back there for himself as well. The rest of RedxWings of course is also succeeding in doing the other way around. So both players basically choking the other bastard. But right now of course RedxWings is getting a bit more territory there. Now of course things are a bit more stuck there for Ice9, as we've got several MG42s basically covering this area, creating a no-go zone for anything communist. Reconnecting here, Ice9 could consider maybe some mines. There we go, Minen. MG42 in the church, other MG42s moving ahead here. Setting up to cover, the R1 moves then under here, the aegis of several other machine guns, and there you go, setting up with the mines. Might want to cancel that either way though. The surprises rather than spot. We got a mortar there arriving for Ice9. Nothing further going on there. In his space, no response in terms of attacking to it. Say for example, no scout cars, which could work maybe with a flamethrower. One attempt to see getting at some of his own mortars to sort of bombard RedxWings, which should also work out pretty well. There you go, Pioneers rushed off, and here's RedxWings try to sort of get back a fuel point. And there we go, we got ambush camouflage being handed out here to some of the MD42 crews. And their conscripts there taking one hell of a beating there inside the building. The problem company going up. This could be more in response to RedxWings MD42 play. Interesting. Conscripts moving up there again, and maybe a quick sort of ambush here could work out. Mortar setting up his support as well. And the building quickly falls apart. Well, a ruin quickly falls apart. It was hardly a building in the first place, considering its state. And there goes straight on them. Before we got ambush mode out there, increased accuracy, increased lethality there for a brief moment of time, quickly falling back those that can't continue. Of course, I think MD42 in the building should be able to open up and further keep them down there. RedxWings really turning this around to some pretty mean map control. They're using just 3 MD42s, going to need some Pioneers here right off the bat. Probably not what Ice9 was expecting. Again, you never quite know what to expect from RedxWings. Not when he's playing the Wehrmacht. Comes there, almost wiped out. In fact, there we go, entirely taught.
We are losing a sector.
Meanwhile, there we go, still continuing to sort of harass, cut off territory. Ice9 is certainly spirited in those attempts. I'd like to make a nice company up here for RedxWings. And there we go, mortar arrives here for Ice9. The Soviet mortar crew moves up.
We are losing territory.
This 82mm mortar. More ambush MD42s here for Hauptmann RedxWings. This point continues to be secured here. And there goes straight to 9042 again. More ambush mode. Mortar joins in. Negative cover. Other conscripts moving out there trying to get an ambush position up here. And again, the infantry gets quickly opened again. Stops them down to half health. Heavy losses going in. Molotov going off. Mortar fire going down there from Ice9's little mortar crew. German mortar there taking a bit of fire.
Shock troops can now be used to crush the enemy.
And a direct hit annihilates most of the unit except poor Dieter, who, panicking, probably breaks in a few moments if he survives. Nope, he didn't. Another hit there basically wipes up poor Dieter as well. Got a 251.5 to the end of the way for RedxWings, and that could certainly also play well into this doctrine. What with the Regal anti-tank mines, though so far with map control he's got, you know, the Regal mine is probably not going to be the highest priority here, so they'll have to be set up to deal with anything from Ice9. Of course, we're now seeing sort of gaining territorial control of the north now, since basically RedxWings is blocking any access to the south. Thanks to the MD42s dominating here, so of course he has to go for here. And it's going to be a bit more tricky here for RedxWings to basically sort of try and deal with it, so that might actually work out for Ice9, in particular then sort of continue to sort of try and flank around here, which would force RedxWings of course sort of have to split away from here, and actually begin setting up around here, so that would actually be a pretty good move I think there from Ice9. North of their recruit. MD42 opens up and again, conscripts here coming out from 2 MD42s, maybe 3. No, abandons the chest, there you go, conscripts sneaking in behind with a Molotov. Of course, we've got the half-tech here providing support, reinforcement. And we got shock rifle there by the way from Ice9. We got shock troops here tagging in from the south, taking advantage of all the chaos here caused by the flank. Good job there, good job there. But there we go. Good use of the half-tech basically pushes the shock troops around, getting in 40 a bit. Good shots in. Shock troops won't have much chance there now. MD42 turns about, of course, he's reinforced with all the time, basically meaning even if he's suffering losses, he won't give up one bit of ground. They're not one step back. Führer Befehl. RedxWings, of course, a dutiful officer in service of the Führer. Comes to their challenge into the import again. Got more mortar fire down here. Half-tech again, pushing in MD42, just tearing into the conscripts, just absolute horrifying massacres. This is a reenactment of the Somme, except at a much higher pace. Mortars that continue to rain fire here, trying to catch some Germans here, a bit clustered up. Doesn't quite succeed, and there we go. We've got Panzergrenadier here now ramming 4 RedxWings into Kampfgruppe. And once more is also managed to cut off there. So of course, Ice9 will have to divert troops to retake territory there. And even then, of course, he's still harassing, he's still causing trouble behind RedxWings lines. I mean, in that regard, he's keeping these sort of, you know, good eye to detail there. ensuring that RedxWings is not going to have it too easy, and of course will be forced to dispatch troops towards there. But of course the Panzer gun is going to move in to deal with that disturbance, so it might not last too long here for Ice9, unless you can draw them into the mine, in which case there's a small chance of working things out from that. Ice9 getting a field gun there, but overall he's actually taking quite a beating there. The MG42s have proven to be very lethal, in combination there with the half-track. You need to push away there, we might see a white, if you're not careful. Pioneers there pushed away, mortified, raining down there from the Grenadier. Veterans one there for the Grenadier crew, and there we go, Engineers cut down. No mercy there from the Wehrmacht. Field gun almost down now. Ice9 is actually looking in a bit of a roughish situation. Going to be a bit of a tricky thing to come back from here versus RedxWings, if you can indeed. And here we actually got RedxWings laying down recall mines. He's taking no chances there. Using the half-track for that. The Regal mine being a particularly large anti-tank mine the Germans had. Troops preparing. RedxWings overall got the upper hand, but at the same time he's playing a bit passively. I mean, we are seeing some light move towards the north, but overall he's just sort of basically focused on this strong point right here, basically denying most access towards the south. Guns being pushed away there. Lots of grenades going off there. Panzers might get wiped out there, might get wiped out. Can he do it? Can he do it? Looks like it, looks like it. No. No. Jürgen gets away. All bigger fighter. Jürgen makes it away. Good lord. All that running back in school did pay off. Anyways, after here with some heavy damage inflicted upon it. No anti-tank grenades here though for Ice9, as his counters they get caught in a torrent of machine gun fire. Almost victory 2-on-1 already. We got a field gun he's creeping about. He's going to need more troops. And again, going for the cut-off there, even as we're seeing here, of course, trying to cut resources off from RedxWings. There's definitely a lot of cutting going on there. And we got counter battery here, basically just waiting to knock that one out without having to do as much effort. Taking some losses. And there we go, we got the MG40 opening up in the mortar crew as well. So now Ice9's mortar crew is in a lot of trouble there. Yes, the Germans are getting very, very interested in it. Pioneers doubling back there with the minesweeper retreating, in fact. Do we see any tech up there from him? Yes, indeed, we have seen a tier 3 move there. Nothing as much there from Ice9, who's struggling with the fuel. No fuel catches. No, nothing else really much. There we go. Almost got the German mortar. Can he pull it off? And there goes Shock 2 flanking in. MG40 in the church might not be able to time. Don't think the half-tech moving in time either. Might be able to catch the MG42 and wipe it, or at least force it off. So close here, so close. There we go. Looks like it will get away though. Nice little move there by RedxWings. Saved it. Shock 2 will probably stop now, but the assault will probably continue. There we go. Could pop a smoke grenade on it. Looks like he's not. More Shock 2s by the way here though from Ice9 getting stuck here by MG42. There we go. Few on the half-tech as well, forcing it away. Shock troops continue to advance here. A furious assault here, and there you go. MG42 trunks it up. Might have been a mistake, there might not be intentional right there. But RedxWings either way, those very close to losing this MG42 there to the Shock Troopers. That could have been a victory there for Ice9. At the same time, continue to fall back here from the rest of the forces. Looks like here, Ice9 might have finally broken through here. Though it was at a rather high cost and a rather brutal tactics. Little flanking there, and certainly I think could have been a bit better executed. Meanwhile, Northern Victory Point they're secured. We're noting that RedxWings does have a notable lead. We got some Palmer Cotton. We got a flamethrower upgrade there for RedxWings half-tank, increasing that lethality. Good, good. Mortar crew before move straight into the conscript. Looks like RedxWings was managing a bit too much here. Giving over a free few shots to the conscripts. Of course, the question is, what will Ice9 do here? Because, except, you know, seize as much territory, what will his follow-up action be? Sort of try and turn this around to a greater victory. I mean, he's cutting off as many resources here as he can from RedxWings in the process, by the way, which is good, which is good. He's basically spreading out troops a bit much. I mean, it's a bit risky, but at the same time, it would give him sort of more chances to seize as much territory away from RedxWings, of course, giving him as much as possible. Panzerman is not having the most fun experience versus the conscripts. MG42s, mortars moving in. So many MG42s, and they're all veteran 2 at the moment. Nothing further going on here. We've got the Shock Troopers ready once more for an advance. Got engineers on the way there, might be that Ice9 could consider taking up, with just going for some flamethrowers, or of course mines could always work out. Also, a fun fact about shock troopers, they were actually assault engineers, more specifically. Sort of tasked with attacking and clear up what was sort of fortified positions. Wore body armor, which could start about a 9mm parabellum round, which basically meant pistol rounds and, well, German submachine gun rounds. Fun fact there.
Squad replenished.
Objective secure.
MD-42s then moving ahead, setting up in ambush positions.
You need fire support? Field guns.
But now at least Ice9 sort of managed to break the stranglehold on the map here that RedxWings had. But of course, RedxWings is very intent on gaining it back. It's quick to counterattack here with the Flammenpanzerwagen, which were usually formed into their own platoons or squadrons, sort of help wherever needed. Shock was hitting this. We could see a loss, Grenade off as well. There we go, MD-42 lost here for RedxWings. Got a bit too overconfident there, and Ice9 was able to take advantage there of the overconfidence on display there. Almost got another MD-42 there. We've got the Flammenpanzerwagen moving in, ready to toast some communists. Almost 52 in fact. Can RedxWings get off some kills? And there we go, Veteran T2.
Is attempting to steal our sector.
And then go field gun opening up in return here. Contracts moving in, MD-42 there to occupy with the shock, which was allows the contract to move up. Pretty close, getting to place, but still going to get Molotov in return. We got mortar fire raining down as well. Fuel pawn there being taken back. And we are seeing the tank return command up from Ice9, of course, signifying he's going to be getting some armor out anytime soon. T-34s or T-70s. So of course the T-34 is probably going to be the wiser choice there, considering how much fuel RedxWings got. Because he's probably going to go for armor anytime soon. Being certainly close to a Panther 4. Conscripts running straight into the Flammenpanzerwagen. And then follow up him with an incendiary barrage. That'll be turned favour there from Ice9, lighting the entire area on fire. I might even light the building on fire. There we go. Flames engulf the house, leaving it unusable for RedxWings. Troops advancing up here. Field guns setting up ready to sort of stop any German advance in there. Big 2 points definitely largely advantageous there to RedxWings at the moment. So we are seeing Ice9 here clawing his way back. Panzer attacking straight into the field gun. Only a bit of veterans one there for the certain multi. Could consider maybe using some precision structure in there to sort of help, you know, get off some good hits. Versus RedxWings to maybe speed it up. And there goes Shock from getting the Panzer gun. It is veterans in fleet. Panzer gun is a quickly sent running. 20 kills. And there you go. Country's caught in a pretty bad position. Oh dear. They're dead. They're deader than dead. Entirely annihilated there. Bit of waste there by Ice9. And Shock was here stopped by the MD-42. Halfway to Veterans Free. But again, bit of harassment going here for the fuel pump. We got a Panther 4 on the way, and we got another Eagle Man going down here for RedxWings. Fuel cache going up here. Well, not bad, but a part of me was saying they might want to get a bit further back there to make it a bit harder to directly capture and shoot at and wreck their Ice9. Either way, though, good to see him sort of trying to gain some more fuel for the future. There we go. Fuel cache is taking quite a bit of damage there. And wrecked. Quick Molotov there on the Grenadier. Mortify going down there against MD-42. RedxWings' strong point has been forced to fall a bit back, but he's maintaining it with fervour and devotion. No sign of armor yet, though. Might be a T-34-76 here from Ice9 to sort of try and deal with RedxWings. Regal Man, they're still functioning on this one as well, despite seeing quite a bit of mortar. There we go, T-34-76 on the way. Panther 4 moving up here for RedxWings. And Sarai. There we go, opening up there on the shock troopers. They're shooting left and right here. Ice9 a much stronger position. He's getting another mortar. That's not actually a bad idea considering the way here that RedxWings so far is playing 2 mortars would give him a lot more artillery and a much better chance of base sort of bombing him out here, making this a lot more hazardous. Plus, of course, he could use it to lay down a quite impressive smoke barrage for a future assault. Down south of the Pioneers quickly found themselves all one as we got the shock troopers charging their way in. T-34s and 6 almost down there for Ice9. We got their response from RedxWings there, sending in the Panther 4 and the Flame for half to get to deal with the communists down south. Engineers and shock troopers in a bit of trouble. Need to be careful there, need to be careful. Grenadiers falling back as well. And there we go. I do believe that might have been a precision strike there, wiping out the entire enemy mortar crew. Well done there by Ice9. Shock troopers in, and they might be in trouble. Need to get away, need to get away. They're going to get murdered if they don't. There we go. Retreating, retreating. Pack 40 turning about. Oh no! The T-34 and 6 set off the Regal Mine, killing the shock troopers, but also catching the flame for a half track. So, where does that count? Counted as a victory, comrade. Fascists died, you know. We always expected to die anyways. Let's see couldn't come here. We got veterancy fleet, 21 kills in that one, 22 in fact. The other one's almost veterancy free as well. I mean, RedxWings have been using his MD-42s very aggressively, actually showing they do get a lot of veterancy. But at this time here for the mid-game analysis, current situation is Ice9 and RedxWings are certainly struggling quite a bit, but Ice9 seems to be stating here nice combat against RedxWings, having had a rather rough start, but now pushing back there, getting off from kills. We see a fast track there being wiped out, MD-42s are being lost, mortar crews are being lost again. So I mean, there's beginning to be a bit more pressure. Then of course now things are a bit more equal in terms of armor, though of course, I mean, it's still a Panther 4 versus a T-34-76. Ice9 will need more T-34s to somehow catch the Panther 4 and wreck it to sort of really have an advantage. Otherwise, with 2 mortars out, he can lay down some more serious artillery. He should consider getting out some more infantry first. I mean, he's rather lacking infantry with basically 1 conscript squad and 1 shock trooper squad. He needs more infantry to apply more pressure there versus RedxWings to sort of try and take way more territory from RedxWings. I mean, the more he can do that, the better, because that would also slow down any further armor from RedxWings. A fresh fuel cache would also be a good idea to sort of replace the one lost and sort of help with all the fuel. Also, lost munitions caches could also work out. Maybe we were to get some mines to sort of guard some particular points there from anything that RedxWings might try off. For RedxWings, I mean, he's got a pretty decent force, but he's been to suffer losses there. He's lost MDs, half tracks, and other bits there. So I mean, it's not quite as straightforward as he would like it to be either. But he's got plenty of options. I mean, right now I don't think the Hauser would be the world's best choice. A fuel cache that I think in the right place could do a lot of good for him. Maybe some more infantry, a Panzer gun to escort more would I think be a good choices by way of replacing the half track he lost. That's not bad, that's in fact pretty good. Otherwise, additional Panther Force could work out, or maybe a Sturmgeschütz could actually be a pretty solid choice as well there for RedxWings. In fact, maybe 2. And of course, there's also the final option of basically taking up and going for maybe a Panther or a Sturmpanzer, and that could also work out pretty well. So I mean, there are a lot of options here for RedxWings, but overall the way he's playing does grant him quite a few options, which is actually pretty good. But again, you know, fuel cache and munitions cache might further reinforce the options there and certainly make them harder to sort of cut down there for Ice9. More Regal Mines would work out pretty well. I mean, he's probably aware, of course, he's playing versus shock rifle. You catch an Ice2 and a Regal Mine, I mean, that would be pretty damn good. Even catching a T-34 on a Regal Mine would be pretty damn good. Otherwise, when our howitzer there would help with a bit of support weapons that Ice9 has. No howitzer, catching the mortars could be a pretty good deal. So I mean, there are options there, options. Anyways, back here to the fight. See how this works out. MD-42 pushed away.
We fight bravely for the Reich. The enemy half track has arrived.
There we go, another 250 on the route here for the Kampfgruppe. Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen. Barney's been hit straight into the T-34-76. 22 kills, ambush mode, veterancy free. That is 1 killer MG crew. Got the Panther 4 there with the half-tech swapping down south. Will be a flung there. No, he's laying down more Regal Mines a bit too close to the Panther 4, taking heavy damage from the T-34-76 and the field gun. Couldn't maybe see that Panther 4 down. Oh dear! Traffic jam, half-tracks in the way, half-tracks in the way. Scheiße, Dummkopf, get out of the way! But right there, bit of mistake there, re-armor exposed, allowing the T-34-76 then easy shot. Panther 4 down, that's a harsh blow right there to RedxWings. Right now, well, he probably can't afford, because that's going to give the armor advantage to Ice9, not Ice9. if he can sort of play his cards correctly. And it's already, by the way, veteran to 1, closing in a veteran 2. If you get in there, of course, it's going to be more lethal with a high rate of fire, and that will definitely give RedxWings some trouble. Pant's going to here charging in though, and there we go. T-34 arrives here to join the scuffle, saying the Pant's going to be starting back to the base. At forwarding March 40, a bit risky there by RedxWings. I mean, one more move could see them handed over to Ice9 and the Soviet army. But we've got more Pack 40s here. Clearly, RedxWings is a bit worried about the situation. There we go, field gun wipes the MG42 there. And that was the veteran T3 MG42 that got wiped. Excellent barrage right there from Ice9. Excellent barrage. Devastating stuff there. I mean, that's definitely going to put a hurt there on RedxWings. And the Molotov on the mortar crew again. RedxWings desperately working, sort of, you know, overcome all this, but he's taking a lot of damage now. He's losing not just troops, of course, we can to some extent easily replaced. He's losing veteran troops and veteran crews. That hurts a lot more.
Grenadiers reporting.
More shock troops arriving there from Ice9. Not sure if he needs all those shock troops again. I think conscripts and maybe some canisters would work out better for him. Now, of course, the question is, will he go for a KV-8 or will he try and play for an Ice2? Or will there be any more armour from here? I mean, a half-tech could also work out well, I think, for Ice9, quickly rushing his troops about on the field. Type 40 is being moved forwards here. Lumbert through the wrecked road. Shock troops moving up there. And there you go, we got the Panzer going to be cut down here. Relentlessly mowed down. And a half to up support here though. Flame projectors turning against the shock troopers, bringing them running as fire threatens to engulf them and end them. And they're going to put a stop to the shock troopers. We got more Regal mines here. RedxWings is certainly a fan of making good use of Regal mines. Nice to see T-34 moving in there. T-34 moving in. Could get the half tack. Could get a half tack. Moving in there. Moving in. Charging forward. He continues. Right past the Pack 40's line of fire. They are close enough. He can still keep this up. He might actually be able to sort out maneuver and knock them out. Mortar crew wiped out. Again, MG42, they're close to being knocked out. And then we've got main gun destroyed here. Needs to be careful. The Pack 40 will not move. Maybe he's been too occupied there. We got a field gun bombarding, wiping out the Pioneers. Almost getting the Pack 40 there. Got a kill there. Got a kill. And there we go. Field gun wipes the Pack 40. That SIS-3 is definitely doing good work there. Almost victory 2 and 10 infantry kills. Good lord. That's definitely been some good boundaries there that Ice9 is able to get off. And there we go. Pack 40 about to get overwhelmed by shock troopers. And this is a devastating blow right there to RedxWings. He's lost so much right there. He's lost support weapons. Oh, mass. I think rather here though, Ice9 should be trying to recruit them. But there we go, we've got Grenadiers moving forward. Shock moving ahead northwards here. And oh no, he hits the Regal mine. Tret's blown off. The T-34-76 veteran D2 has been immobilized. He's stealing away the Pack 40 there, but this is a bit of a rather unfortunate turn of events there for Ice9. He needs that repaired as soon as possible, though I don't think he should be using the crew there. Sort of, you know, crew that Pack 40 should first try to repair the T-34-76, then made off with the Pack 40s. Another pack and so forth there arrives for RedxWings. Might just be able to save the day here. But oh dear, one good Regal mine, things are certainly looking a lot less grand here for Ice9 with honest man. It's a good break there versus RedxWings. Things are obviously still not that good. I mean, his opponent has seized a lot of weaponry there. In fact, he can seize the MG42 and turn that against RedxWings as well. T-34 cooked up. He's going for the Pack 40 there, but certainly with the Panther Force on the way, more Pack 40s would make the most sense. But you should still grab an MG42 to help keep whatever infantry RedxWings has left heads down. Ice9 here close to the Ice2. Very close. Fuel cache up there, are they? Good. Better position. Continued fuel harassment there from Ice9, so it'll keep RedxWings from getting too much armor, which could maybe threaten his IS-2s, his Joseph Stalin 2s. Now Ice9, of course, he lost the T-34, but still he's got a pretty good upper hand. Still, he's got several anti-tank guns here. 2 of them Pack 40s, though he might lose 1 here. And before 2 recruit again. Mortify going in. Almost wiping the MG42 again, though. Almost, but not quite. And there we go, making good use of the half-tank again to reinforce troops at the front line. Excellently executed. Panther 4 waiting. Will there be more Regal Mines there from RedxWings? There we go, more Regal Mines. Pretty sure there are more Regal Mines in this game than I've seen in months. That is RedxWings for you, and looks like, oh, something might have gone blown up. I'm not entirely sure what, maybe a wreck. Although he got more to create being attacked with the shock troops, apparently that one was not recruit either. I think rather here, you know, Ice9 might have missed a few opportunities to really grab as much weapon as he could from RedxWings and turn it against him. I think that could easily have benefited Ice9 quite a bit, and he still, of course, has a chance here of turning that mortar against RedxWings as well. Pack 40 here being rushed forwards. I think he might be a bit too reckless right into the M42s. Straight into them. Shock troopers there cut apart. Sword through. Needs to get that Pack 40 away. Meanwhile, Panther up north, sending conscripts over, running bravely back to the base. And there go Rive Grenades to catch Porky. Not entirely sure what's being ahead. Maybe he's trying to get the half. He's rather exposed than Pack 40 and risking it being handed over to RedxWings, which I'm not really saying is recommendable. He got the half track though. He got the half track, but it's going to be worth a Pack 40. My personal opinion, the answer is most likely no. Oh, another Panther 4 on the way. Ice9 though, closing in on the Ice2. He just needs some manpower now. He does need some manpower. Mortify continues to reign in there. 20 and 2 kills. And there we go, devastating hit on the gunners. Got punishing forward. Grenadiers barely making it out of there. Feldwebel Jürgen runs back, cradling the MG42. Not a lot of troops left there for RedxWings. Getting another Panther 4, getting more armor out. He's probably getting increasingly worried about an Ice2 arriving, which is a sensible worry. Shock troops get straight to the Panther 4 and the MG42 coming up here. I mean, RedxWings really getting a lot of those out of those MG42s. We've got 17 kills here. Almost stretching to 3 as well. And there goes second Panzerkampfwagen 4 arrives here for Reich to support the Kampfgruppe in its defensive operations in the area. And Rex the Pack 40, ensuring it does not fall into the hands of RedxWings again. That's definitely one way of doing it, though he should recruit that Pack 40 again. Let's not recruit the mortar there. Panzer going to be almost with the assault and the support weapons here. Victory points not looking too good there for Ice9. He's doing his best to sort of grab them back. We got mines going down there as well. Good, good. We got the Panzer going to be there run off. Using his mortar to secure territory, certainly gives them the idea that there's a bit of pressure on Ice9's shoulders. Even as he's applying some serious stuff there to RedxWings as well. Very close to the Ice2 there for Ice9, very close. Mortars barraging. And there we go. Ice2 has arrived here to help give the assault a bit more punch. MG42 recruit right under the noses of the suppressed pioneers. Ever goaling there. RedxWings displaying some courage and audacity. Quick balance there, that's the MG42. Again, making aggressive use of. We got veteran 2 by the way on the field gun. And the Ice2 rolls forward. Needs to become being too close to the mine there. Could draw some fire onto it as well. Panther Force finding there versus the Ice2. Panther goes veteran T3. Southern victory point secured. Nasty man hit there, almost wiping the entire Grenadier squad. And there we go. Ice2 moves ahead. Needs to be careful. Force Careful, comrades. I have an impending sense of doom here. And there we go. Ice9 loses its treads. As the second tank here with no treads. Apparently, Ice9 could never consider even suspecting RedxWings laying down more than 2. Field gun there, Rex. Handle right there. That was definitely Ice9, I think, getting a bit too confident. And now that confidence resulting in field gun being handed over to RedxWings plus an Ice9 immobilized with its rear rather cruelly exposed to the enemy. Panzerforce moving up there. Shot missed. Second shot failed to penetrate. We got a Stuka bomb drop going in on the immobilized Ice9.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And somehow the Ice9 survives, though it's not by much. Field gun moving in. Panzerforce moving forwards here. Pack 40 needs some up support, maybe. Shock moving in to clear up the field gun. Close. Ultimately pushed away by the Panzer. There you go, Pack 40 opening up Panzer 4. Shots fired there. Failed to penetrate. One Panzer 4 almost knocked out. Field gun cleared out. Contact moving up with anti-tank grenades. Pack 40 moving in. Continuing to fail to penetrate. Main gun destroyer. Failed to penetrate again. Oh dear, Panzer 4 knocked out. Both Panzer 4s there are actually wrecked. Terrible development for RedxWings, and a terrible, well, basically series of horribly unlucky shots. But at the same time, it looks like we're not seeing any effort to repair it and fix it. So things might still work out here a bit for RedxWings. But the situation is pretty grim. He's got the resource for another Panzer 4 though. And probably a howitzer following up on that. Support women are pushed up, we got another Panzer 4 on the way here, and there we go. Pack 40 finally finishes off the Ice9. Stranded like a beach whale, he was finally able to harpoon it. RedxWings clearly not the most impressive Captain Ahab ever. Anyways, Panzers they're pushed away. As the shock was charged forward, 12 kills there. Troops reinforcing, Pack 40 recruiting, or should be recruiting in a way. Veterans, he flee MD42 again, 18 kills, turning into those shock troopers.
The enemy is taking our territory.
The Grenadiers there are in a terrible amount of peril there, and there we go, quick grenade, does it work? Oh, RedxWings wasn't paying attention, that was a heavy loss. Panzer 4 arrives, and we got the lightest Feldhaub beats being sent over to support the Kampfgruppe as well, to provide artillery support as the Panzer 4 continues its own advance. Or at least attempts to continue its own advance. Malta there, still not recruit. He's also rather bunched up these two. I mean, that's rather begging for them to get knocked out. Looks like he'll be getting another Ice9 soon enough. Pack 40 here being overwhelmed by Panzer Grenadiere. Swiftly moving in there, 21 kills. 21 on the MD42 when they go chucked straight into the Panzer 4 here. Rank on the machine guns and the main gun losses inflicted of the most terrible and horrifying kind. But there you go, Ice9 will be adding in a second Ice9. Hopefully that one will fare better than the first one and not hit any regal mines. Otherwise, things will be looking very grim for him. MD42 up north, quick solving the engineers there. And there we go, Ice9 ready to fight for the motherland. Preparing himself to do a 360 for the motherland. More to grit, caught by the Panzers taking losses. Might heal wipe there, might heal wipe. There we go. As all of that happens, got down silly barrels going straight into the base here of Ice9 as well. 27 kills, 29-30, just tearing into the mortar crew. Taking a bit of mine also from the Ice-2. Almost got them, almost. Shock was down south there, running into the Panther 4. Looks like going to flank, and no! He hits the another Regal mine! And that was the first one laid down by RedxWings. So that's 2 Ice-2s mobilized for Ice9. That's not a really good statistic there. Once they're being secured, Shock was in a lot of trouble. And finally, by the way, he got a Minesweeper. Though I very much feel it's too late by now. I mean, he probably should have considered getting a Minesweeper after that first T-34 got immobilized. Instead, he didn't even get one, even as the first Ice-2 was immobilized. And there we go, Counter's caught by the MD-42s.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
And there we go, GG, game over there. Brave game by Ice9, but he made one rather fatal mistake throughout this. He never really bothered with a Minesweeper until the very end. Had he gotten this, he probably would not have lost 3 tanks, or at least 2 of them. I mean, that one was, pretty, within enemy territories. I mean, obviously, there's you could do about that, but the other Ice-2s, I do think he could have done something about that. Instead, well, he basically lost 3 tanks to Regal mines, and that pretty much largely what won RedxWings the game. And also the pretty aggressive MD-42 play definitely gave him a hands up there. I mean, very good use of them. I mean, he could have added some incendiary rounds to them, but other some good play there, good use of infantry, how little he otherwise used. The half-track was also good to use. Panther 4, though, occasionally he made some slight mistakes there. Had a bit of trouble there, sort of coordinating things, and, got one loss there due to the half-track blocking the path. But beyond that, some otherwise good play there from RedxWings, and of course, as always, pretty damn interesting. But this was a victory very much again due to the Regal mines. I mean, Ice9 certainly also played well, despite the circumstances he overcame. Otherwise, it was a huge obstacle, making good use of mortars and other bits that he flanked, he harassed, he did a lot of good there overall, allowing you to get back in the fight. But again, it was that basically inattentiveness, that failure to get a Minesweeper so much sooner, which cost him so many heavy tanks and basically handed victory over to RedxWings and the Wehrmacht. I mean, a very good tip as always, consider Minesweepers, but also of course for the Wehrmacht and also for the US who have mines, but of course they're more or less similar properties. I mean, do make good use of your mines, because they can really immobilize so many tanks, and that could give you such a huge hands up in any match. So very much consider those if you can. So anyways, thank you all for watching, hope you learned, hopefully it gave some DMs from matches, some ideas, some thoughts. If you did, why not subscribe, tell a friend, share it with everyone on Facebook, Twitter, and where else you might share things. And as always, feel free to send in replays or feedback in the comment section. This is Imperial Dating. Cheers, and thank you all for watching. Bye.